Here's a requested review from my brother Rorschach III. He suggested that I check out this movie, and I recently got the chance to see it. And may I say, this is a dark film told mostly from the villain's perspective. William Foster is a psychotic middle-aged man who goes on a rampage while trying to reunite with his estranged family to celebrate his daughter's birthday. Michael Douglas is downright disturbing as this man who clearly has mental issues of some sort. Meanwhile, we have a cop facing the final day before retirement, played by Robert Duvall. He catches hints of William Foster's activities and puts the pieces together despite all the obstacles in his path. Just like Foster, he's looked down on and patronized, but he shows us how a person can live with the flaws and problems of society without having to resort to violence or falling over the edge. Foster's ex-wife is played by Barbara Hershey. She's portrayed as being paranoid in her fear that he'll get violent towards her, hence the restraining order despite his not actually having done anything. Some would argue that we're supposed to hate her for being so judgmental and suspicious, but we see just how correct her fears are. This man is deeply troubled, and he always showed the signs of it. His conversations with her over the phone are really creepy and off-putting. If the movie had switched protagonists, this would be about a poor single mother having to deal with her psychotic ex stalking her and their daughter. And all that bullshit about his being the underdog, I've seen some arguments that he's the secret hero of this movie because he points out flaws in his society. To that I say, so what? I can see those flaws too, but I don't put people in danger by acting like a vicious lunatic. Some people will point out a few things he does are arguably less psychopathic and more in line with vigilantism. And yes, that makes him less of a cardboard cutout villain and adds a layer of depth to his character. Douglas makes Foster into an angry and violent hypocrite, but he still speaks to that dark side of us, which would love to lash out against those things that anger us on a daily basis. But of course, he also serves as a reminder to us that we should not lash out. Directed by Joel Schumacher, Falling Down is a tense film about what happens when someone decides to throw caution to the winds and act in a way that he perceives as the heroic one. Throughout the movie, he's taken aback by the offenses he sees, and he feels justified when he gives his temper full rein when people mistreat him. It's part of what makes him a truly scary villain, especially when dealing with his terrified ex-wife and child. While Joel Schumacher has definitely made a bunch of bad movies over the course of his career, Falling Down is one that stands out as a solid movie, which rises above simple vigilante or revenge flicks. And as much as I dislike the main character, I will not deny that he's a well-written character. Add to that the cop's perspective, the wife's perspective, and the various different people that he bumps into on a walk through LA, and it makes for a good movie.